This is a traditional Nigerian event, which is hyper multicultural, and I'm really excited about it. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Statuesque Events channel, and I'm really excited to be bringing you another episode of the Modern Multicultural Wedding Show, where we showcase our modern multicultural clients and all the fabulous events that they plan. Now today I'm really excited because we're actually going to be talking about a traditional Nigerian event, so not you know, a normal like white wedding ceremony and reception. This is a traditional Nigerian event, which is hyper multicultural, and I'm really excited about it. All right. Now before we go too far, my name's Faye Shola, and I'm the owner of Statuesque Events. As you can see, Statuesque Events. We are a wedding planning and design company based in the DC metro area, but we do weddings all over the country. We've done Connecticut, we've done Florida a couple of times, we've done North Carolina, we've done Texas, we've done so many other places, and we would love to plan and design beautiful events in your area as well. Now, in addition to that, I'm also a coach for wedding planners and wedding designers, and I run an accelerator program called Planners Who Profit. It's exactly what it sounds like. We work on helping event planners build profitable wedding businesses and on the business of event planning. So if you're interested in working with us either as a wedding planning client or as a coach, if you're a wedding planner and you're like, man, I'd love to produce beautiful weddings like this, how do I get those clients? How do I build my business? All that information is in the description box. Click the links, connect with us, and we can go from there, all right? I can't wait to hear from you. Now, hopping into our topic for today, we are talking about Seun and Tubosun's wedding, all right? So this wedding took place in Delaware, which is not too far from Maryland. You know, it's driving distance for us, and it was a phenomenal day. Like, first of all, I still remember the very first day that I got the inquiry from Seun saying, hey, I'd like to plan an event. And then I said, we scheduled a call. And when I joined the call, sis was on the beach, okay, enjoying her best life, laid out on the beach. Delaware has a lot of beaches. And it was just like, hey, yeah, let's talk about my wedding. And I was like, do you want to reschedule? Like, it sounds like you're having a good time out there on the beach. And she's like, no, you know, I want to plan this wedding in 3 months. You know, it's not a lot of time. So we could just have the call today. And she was just super calm, really nice, like amazing person to work with. Not anxious at all, but just, you know, decisive and just great to work with. And I said, yeah, let's do it. We had a call, and not too long after that, she hired us, and we were going full steam ahead and planning this event for about 150 people in her backyard in 90 days. And again, if you're not familiar with backyard events, that means you're bringing everything from outside. We had to bring furniture, everything had to come in from outside. But we were up to the task. This is not our first time doing that, so it was all good. But we really enjoyed working on this for her. So one of the coolest things about this event is that her event took place, again, like I said, in her backyard. But her backyard happened to be about 3 acres. You know, I remember when she said, oh yeah, I'm looking to have about 150 people. And at the time, this was still very deep in COVID with lots of restrictions. And in Delaware, you were allowed to have up to 150, 250 people as long as it was outside. So that was fine. And I said, well, it depends on how big your backyard is. You know, I just gotta make sure there's enough space. And she's like, oh, I have a 3-acre backyard. I was like, all right. That answers my question. 3 acres is more than enough space. So we went ahead and planned it in her backyard, and it was so stunning. So for starters, I remember going out and seeing her backyard, seeing the venue, just to get a better idea of where the caterers are gonna be, how much of the kitchen they could use, also seeing how flat the ground was, because I knew we were going to be bringing in a whole lot of stuff, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, we picked a patch of ground that was, you know, nice and solid for everything that we were trying to bring in. But honestly, she literally had the perfect backyard. It was nice and level, nice and flat. It was beautiful. Like, oh, everything was great. So leading up to the wedding, like I said, this is a traditional Nigerian wedding, right? Meaning like traditional, we call it a traditional engagement in Nigeria, and both the bride and groom are Yoruba, so it was a Yoruba traditional Nigerian engagement. Now, the premise behind a Nigerian engagement is that the family of the groom and the groom are coming to ask the family of the bride for her. So the interesting thing about this is that the bride actually misses a whole lot of the event, because the majority of the event is them asking for her, right? So first the family of the groom comes in, and you know, the family of the bride is already in and seated. The family of the groom comes in, they wait until they're allowed in to sit down because they bring gifts, they bring lots of things. There's dowry involved, a lot of other things. Then once the family is accepted and introduced, then the groom comes in with his friends, and then they have to make their requests and make it clear what they're looking for there, right? So there's a lot of process there. And the way that all of this is orchestrated is with MCs, traditional MCs, which we call alagas. Like, it's a Yoruba name for essentially MC. They're generally women. They're dressed very well, and they're generally slightly loud, maybe slightly bossy a little bit. And they run the show. So we had two alagas who were running the event, and they both were coming in from out of town. So we had, of course, with COVID and everything, we had a Zoom call to discuss the event, and it was hilarious because our groom Tubosun was trying to get more information, like, okay, what do you need us to do? What songs are we going to be dancing to? Like, what requests are we going to do? And the alagas were not having it.
All I know is I'll be going.
You have to know you are marrying someone. You are bringing another people in. It's not easy to marry a lady. We have to make to marry a lady. You're going to work for it, and you know you're going to work.
Okay.
And you're going to learn how to give me shaku shaku that day. Do you know?
Shaku? You don't know shaku shaku? Go and Google it.
Better go to Google and Google it. When I ask you to give me different stuff, it's not easy to marry a lady. You thought it's easy.
This sound like it's going to be mean to me. I know your number. I'll get to you before that.
It's exam, so you will pass.
Yes.
He's gonna pass. I trust him.
Yeah.
You can see that the alagas were having a good time. They were not putting up with Tubosun. The let's just say the work started before the event ever happened, right? They made it very clear with him that he was going to come and he was going to be putting in work before he got his bride. But it's all good, and it's all in good fun. Hey y'all, it's wedding day for Seun and Tubosun. We're so excited. So it's 7 a.m. So forgive my look. It's 7 a.m. It's time to depart. We're in the office, but about to head out, to commence with setup and everything in Delaware. So guys, it's gonna be a beautiful day. I can't wait for you to see everything unfold. So stay tuned. Of the traditional event, like, everything was going well, setup was going beautifully, and I also noticed that Tubosun had this idea of staging a traditional area for them to sit, like an area.
A female will.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like that. Shade and
yeah.
So
Okay, let me take a picture of this first.
With traditional mats and seats and things like that for him and his bride to sit and take pictures in before they got to the more maybe glam parts outside, which I love. Like, doing super traditional things is always fun, and he was really excited. Like, it's a beautiful thing when the groom is excited about his wedding day and like really involved and coming up with ideas and pulling things together. So that was one of the coolest things that I really enjoyed about working with him. So the traditional came and we were about to start the day, but before we started, we did what we always like to do, which is to show the venue. So we got, of course, the venue was their backyard, so they got to see it come together a little bit, but we wanted to bring the bride and the groom out, have them experience the setup, take pictures there and everything before everybody got there, and it was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Yes. Yeah. This is your backyard.
Wow. This is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Let me get you a shot.
So bright. Eyes adjust. It's beautiful. It's your backyard. Your backyard. Your backyard. Yay! Hey, get it, get it.
meeting their kids. So both Tubosun and Seun will have children, and they were just cute. They were just involved. Like, they had a really great time throughout the traditional engagement, right? I also want to mention that the forecast actually it was like a 95% chance of rain up until maybe like 3 days before the event, which was incredibly stressful because our vision was not for a tent. Of course, we could have gotten a tent, we could have had, the tent was a backup plan and everything, but that was not the vision that we had in the design plan. It wasn't what any of us wanted. But in the end, literally 2 days in advance, everything changed. It was like a 0.5% chance of rain, like a 1% chance of rain, and it was sunny. And this event also took place in October, so the weather was very mild. It wasn't hot and it wasn't cold. It was just very mild and really easy for people to just enjoy and be comfortable, which was super perfect out there. Honestly, like God was shining down on that event, right? God had our back, and we were really, really excited. So on the event, of course, we had all of our entrances.
ìyàwó bẹ̀rẹ̀ àgbẹ̀ yà lọ bá mi gbé kinní wa ṣe ilé ní gbogbo wọn tó kéèsì ni wọn tó kéèsì bí pa ni ẹ mọ̀ pé ìyàwó ilé ni àbí ìyàwó ilé you understand ẹsẹ̀ tù ìyàwó ilé ẹsẹ̀ tù ìyàwó ilé ẹsẹ̀ tù ìyàwó ilé ò kàn jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ ẹsẹ̀ tù ìyàwó ilé ẹsẹ̀ tù ìyàwó ilé.
got to a certain point where the groom had to carry the bride. Once the groom carries the bride, like, that it's his, right? So that was one of the fun parts. In Yoruba, they call it the Igbeyawo, like carrying your bride, basically. So that was basically what he did. He carried his bride, and the event was over. Like, the formalities of the event was over, which meant it was time to move on to the fun. Now, they had a live band who was phenomenal, a phenomenal live band who was singing really upbeat, fun gospel music. The bride is actually the child of pastors, so we had lots of gospel music. But in Yoruba culture, gospel music is party music. Like, we party to gospel music, and the guests were going wild. Like,
When they get here, when they get here.
Overall, it was a really fun day, really exciting, and one of the aspects of the day that I really loved was when it got dark, right? When evening came, the floral team came back. They came back and they actually lit all the candles. They lit up all the chandeliers in the walkway. We had these beautiful walkways leading the bride and the groom in. They lit everything in, and the whole evening just glowed. So we just got a chance to just have fun in the glowing evening in the backyard, and it was just a phenomenal, phenomenal day, a phenomenal evening, and a beautiful, hyper luxury, just fun event. Like, I've never seen a traditional event that was quite that shiny, luxurious, and just beautiful. And it was really just an honor for us to just be part of it. So I just wanted to say, Seun and Tubosun, thanks for trusting us with your big day. Congratulations again. I know at this point it's been a little over a year since you've been married, but congratulations again. It's always beautiful to recap these events. I love going through the videos and pictures as we were preparing this, and we just had a lot of fun with this. So for those of you who watch this and enjoyed this, we have so many other videos here on this channel. We've got wedding trend videos, some wedding trend videos for those of you who are planning Nigerian events in the US, so you want to check those out. We've got lots of other recap videos from other events that we've planned. We've got design review recaps, we've got the full event recaps, so much more. So if you enjoy weddings, if you're looking for inspiration, or if you just want to look for inspiration as you're building your own event planning business, this is the thing. I need you to subscribe, okay? Subscribe to this video, like this video, because you don't want to miss out on the future content, and you want to make sure you watch some of our past content, because we've got a lot of gems in there, all right? Now, I want to say thank you again for watching this video, watching to this point. If you're still watching right now, you're the real MVP. You're my BFF and all that good stuff. And I can't wait to catch you in the next video, all right? Thanks so much, and we'll catch you in the next one.